Dawson, thank you so much, my love.
Made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
My love.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding me your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like I do. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow.
Wait.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Hell is here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spread stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Just as hard and they'll support. Together we will hold the fort. Nearly grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Come along with me.
Well, thank you. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in thy world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April 29th, 2025. It is 7:51 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all, my beautiful, beautiful pearls. Really do appreciate you all for joining me. We've got a lot to cover today, so get ready for that. Yesterday, the America's Most Wanted interview came out related to Sebastian Rogers with his mom and his dad, along with his stepfather. And I am very appreciative of the exposure that it gave, but I was expecting a little more. A little more. I did notice some things after we went over it last night, and I'm going to point those out today as well. Detective Whisker says they let you down. I mean, I am really grateful that all the parents did it. I'll say that. And I'm grateful that America's Most Wanted did it. It was their season premiere, first season, so it might be the only season on it. But hopefully, they'll do more in the future. I would love for them to get a whole show on Sebastian. How you doing? How you doing, honey? Good to see you. How you doing? I need to thank some of you. Dawson, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Hello, my sweet Justin and Pearl fam. Much love. Hello to you, my dear. Much love to you.
A monk, a monk, a monkey, a monkey. It's a monkey. You know that.
All right. Thank you so much, my dear, for that. Really do appreciate you. Me and you, Justin, looking forward to this all day. Aw, that's amazing. I look forward to it with you guys as well. Really do appreciate our time together. Thank you so very much, my dear.
A monk, a monk, a monkey, a monkey. It's a monkey. You know that.
A monk, a monk, a monkey? Can I pet that monkey? We know that little kid says. So cute. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you as well. Mama, thank you so very much for 2 months being a pearl for 2 months. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really can't do it without you. You guys are what makes it all possible. So thank you so much. There's our beautiful Ginger coming in clutch at 8 months. Oh, God. Thank you so much. I love you, Justin, Remy, and the Pearl family. Don't we have such a beautiful family here? We really, really do. Not just saying that, but you guys are amazing. Just amazing. You see a lot of negativity in this community, but here it's you guys are just positive, and I appreciate that. Speaking of positive, there's Miss Dawson, 3 months. I think it's been longer than that, Dawson, for you. I don't think YouTube's giving you all your credit there. Thank you so much, sweet Dawson. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Hope you are well and appreciate your support, honey. Thank you so much. there is our beloved War. Thank you so much, War. That is so generous of you. We need to welcome all of our new 10 members. Please give War a big, big thank you. Welcome to the Pearl
Agent unlocked.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. Thank you so very much, my dear. I'm glad you're feeling better, my friend. You are so precious to so many of us, and thank you for all you do in this community as well. Cajun, thank you so much, my love. How are you doing, love? Thank you so much for your support, Cajun Juju. Really do appreciate you, and thank you for being a member as well, my dear. Good to see you. Hey, Maria. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for all you do, Justin. You're a beautiful person inside and out. Sebastian Strong. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. Really do appreciate you, and thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family as well. Guys, I don't have an update on Tori. She was having heart surgery today. I know that I have been praying for her and hope her surgery went well today. Hope she is recovering and will heal quickly. Please remember to keep her in your prayers today as well. Thank you, Miss Maria. Really do appreciate you. Oh, hey, Sharon. Hey, girl. How you doing? I was informed today my tumor will be removed by a robot. Doctor guaranteed 100% cure. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Can we get some amens up in here? Get some amens. Amen. Amen. Thank God. That is such good news. Such good news. Thank God for that. You know, let me tell you something. I know a lot of people are scared of AI and all of that, but let me tell you something. The good things about AI is it is going to be extreme medical advancements in the next few years in our healthcare. It used to take in some cases 10, 20 plus years to uh, track different genetics and make new drugs and all that. Now they're saying this AI can cut that down into making new drugs and also finding ways that our mind can't even comprehend about making a cure for hopefully cancer and other things, dementia, all of that, down to a few weeks to as little as 3 weeks, 6, 7 weeks. That's incredible. That's as long as we keep real people too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't want to go on too far, but I am particularly excited about healthcare in making new drugs and hopefully finding new cures for cancer. So, and when you said that and you said robot, that immediately made me think of that. Praise God, Sharon. Thank you so much, honey. Oh my God, Angel. Thank you too, honey. Thank you so very, very much. Wow. That was so good to me. Thank you, honey. It's amazing. I really do appreciate you, Miss Angel. You are an angel of light, to say the very, very least. Really do appreciate you, honey. Hope you are well. Thank you for being so supportive as well and being a member, a mod, a good person, all the above. Thank you so much, Angel. You received one of those pearl necklaces. listen, you got to thank a girl Angel. You've just been added to the family. You get our members only, all of that. Make sure you join us for the members only. I plan on doing one tomorrow. Also, I'm going to be doing members only shorts for you guys as well. So make sure you look under those as well. So, welcome.
Agent unlocked.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. Thank you so much, Angel. Very sweet of you, honey. Appreciate you. Amy Lynn, hey, God. Good to see you, love. Hey, Justin and Amy Pearl. Hello, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Amy Lynn, for your support. Really do appreciate that. It's always good seeing you, Miss Amy. There we go. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, God. Hey there, Miss Stacy. Thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. If you receive that pearl necklace, make sure you give our beautiful, beautiful Stacy a big, big thank you as well.
Welcome to Clutch Them Pearls. Yeah, you're in the crew. Shine bright like the stars. This world never knew. With time.
Thank you so much, Miss Stacy. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, my love. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're well, my loves. Oh, hey, Tina. What you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Thank you, Justin, for all you do. Hello, Pearl. Hello, Miss Tina. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for being a member too, Miss Tina. Really do appreciate that, my dear. You guys make it all possible for me to do what I do, so thank you. Hey, Pink, good to see you. 11 months. You're almost on that year, girl. Almost on that year. Sending prayers to all my Pearl family. Thank you, Justin, for all you do. Thank you, Miss Pink. I really do appreciate you. Good to see you, my dear, and thank you for being such instrumental in this community as well, my love. Thank you. And we got D. Marie. Thank you for all you do. You'll be there on a year pretty soon as well. Thank you so much. Really good to see you, my dear. Justin, I'm glad you're having fun with AS Songmaker. I would love to get one, but I can't afford it right now. Roni, I've got a subscription to it. If you want, I can make you some. Just email me. I'll make you some for free. No problem. Justin, can you clear up Edgar working at St. Jude timeline? How long he's been an operator, please? Yes, we're going to get to a lot of that as well. Definitely. So, we got a lot to talk about. You guys, hey, Smiley, Kiki, Roni, Eileen, me and you, YouTuber, Jilly, wait, what? Scarlett, SL, Carla, Angel, what? And Elizabeth, me and you, Black Skies, Roni, YouTuber, Wild Child, Lakeside Lawyer, Deborah, Maurice, Jilly, Sherry, I am Ginger. I am a real Ginger, sorry. Tina, me and you, Phoenix, Marilyn, Little Juju, Leslie, who's your mama? Speaking of that, just thought of something. Hold on one second. Where the hell is that? Our beautiful Tar Heel, she was having some tests done and all that, and she was I think she was going in to like give her a good checkup and stuff like that. They did find a nodule on her left kidney, she was telling me, but we're going to pray that that is nothing. Keep her in your prayers, please. And hopefully nothing's going on there. Really pray not. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Gypsy, hello, darling. Grace, have you saw Canadian Cookie Lady? Oh, yeah, honey. She was in here. Was she in here last night? Sea Star, hello. Vic, hi. Sky Maiden. Peggy. Yeah. So just keep them in your prayers. Anyone who needs prayers. So thank you so much. All right. I think that's everybody sending prayers. Oh, thank you, D. Marie. Thank you so much, my dear. 10 months. Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, my love. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you, honey. Hope you are well, Miss D. Marie. Hey, Donna. How are you? Good. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. You received one of those Pearl memberships. Make sure you give our girl Donna a big, big thank you. Donna is a longtime subscriber here and such a beautiful person inside and out. Thank you so much, Miss Donna. Really do appreciate you.
Welcome to Clutch 7 Pearls, yeah, you're in the crew. Shine bright like the stars, this world never knew. We're dancing, laughing all around this world. Hold tight, shine bright, you're part of our pearl.
Thank you so much, Miss Donna. Really do appreciate you. Make sure you give our girl Donna a big thank you. Has anyone seen the show Derek Levasseur did on Sebastian Rogers 4 months ago? I have not. Hey, Trishy. Enjoy life. Good to see you. Maybe I can help. Hatters. Sherry, Detective Whiskers. All of that. Okay. So someone said that Deception Detective did a video just a little bit ago. I haven't got to see it, but I will put his link in the description. Our friend and yours, Deception Detective. Guys, if you are not subbed up to Deception Detective, for the replay crew and for those of in chat, go over and sub up to Deception Detective. If you like statement analysis, him pointing out the lies. He's been specially trained in statement analysis, and go check him out. Become a member if you can. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate that. I am a member twice on his channel. On both of my channels, I have a membership on each one. Really, really good guy. Loving the new stuff. Oh, great. In my opinion, we got a lot of new stuff coming out. So just don't you worry. Lots of new stuff coming out. We will have, I'm going to get the merch started in the next week. So we'll have some monkeys. We'll have some pearl stuff. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So he also gave you a shout out, Justin. Really? Oh, that's really nice of him. He's a good guy. He really is. He's just here to do his job, and he's just really supportive in the community, which I appreciate that, and he stays out of the politics, if you will, which is really refreshing with the creator. I couldn't wait. I knew he'd be on soon. Yeah. Well, last night we were laughing because his thing that he tweeted out. Guys, I just cannot get used to the term X. I cannot get used to the term X. I don't. Like, you can't say I X'd it out. It doesn't sound right. Hey, girl mom, good to see you. Teresa, Lisa B always, Laura Y. Sherry Lynn. You can't say I X'd it out. Worst part of deception detectives, they aren't long enough. I find his analysis fascinating. He does some longer content, but with our attention spans getting shorter as time goes by, YouTube really likes to pump out videos that are about 8 to no more than 20 minutes. That's kind of what they like us to do if we're doing a video. But he's got some longer form content as well. I particularly love to hear him talk about, of course, Sebastian, but Jean-Benet Ramsey case. I think he's got very I appreciate him because he stands by his convictions, in what he sees, hears, whether it's popular or not. And I think that's always a great thing. I don't tend to um like creators that flip-flop a lot. Stand where you're going to stand, sit where you're going to sit. Now, if new information comes available on the case, that's one thing. And you should always be open to change, of course, but not because you don't like one of the parents or anything like that, which is a lot of YouTubers, in my opinion, do. It's like, well, I don't like this parent, so I'm just gonna, call them out or whatever. And this is the thing. Like, I could not like Seth ever again, and I would still defend him when it comes to Sebastian because I know he didn't do anything to his son. And I was talking to a friend about that last night. How so many people, they'll like talk to the parent or whatever, and then they'll get mad about something, and then that parent or whatever is just the worst person out there. And it's like, 5 minutes ago you was defending. It's okay to be neutral about something, but I don't know. I just got off on a tangent there. Sorry. The sucking up is annoying in my opinion. It's so refreshing to be truthful and follow the facts of the case. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I can speak to someone who I find suspicious and pick their brain and be nice to them and all that, but I could not become close to them. I couldn't do it. I just can't. I cannot do it for anything, and I certainly can't defend their innocence. I mean, in the court of public opinion, not, they're obviously innocent. Anyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but we are the court of public opinion, and I can't do it. Here we go.
The panel, which was Kane
Greg is
Lindsay from
deception
Up and
detective.
Vanished, Elizabeth Smart, who I'm sure many of you are familiar with. She was abducted as a child, Joseph Petito, and then Kara Chamberlain Robinson. I hope I'm saying her name right. She was the young girl who was abducted.
That's Derek Levasseur talking about his fellow panelists on the show America's Most Wanted Missing Persons. And they recently did a segment about Sebastian Rogers, a case we've been following here on the channel. So let's watch it and react, because there's some good and some bad, starting with that panel. You'll see what I mean in a second. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation.
Thank you,
So if that's
Lisa.
your thing, hit like and subscribe. For early access, exclusive videos, and other cool perks, consider becoming a channel member. Link in description. If you're not familiar with the Sebastian Rogers case, don't worry, because the episode does a great job of bringing everyone up to speed. The only thing it won't mention is my personal theory about the case, and that is that Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, and stepfather, Chris Proudfoot, has something to do with his disappearance, or at least they have guilty knowledge about what may have happened. Finally, one last thing before we grab our deception decks and start watching. I was unable to find this full episode anywhere on YouTube. Fortunately, friend of the channel, Clutch Them Pearls, did a live, and it's still up, so we're going to react to that. I'll link his channel in the description. All right, without further ado, let's listen.
Now we carry that legacy forward with a
Thank you,
single mission:
Dee.
to bring the missing home.
This hole in my heart where Chelsea's supposed to be.
We've
I call him DD. Big DD.
assembled a team to lead the search, boots on the ground. From America's Most Wanted, Callahan Walsh.
She doesn't even know that she's a missing child.
Gabby Petito's father, Joe Petito.
Car was parked literally right here.
True crime podcaster, Payne Lindsay.
Somebody needs to be asked smart questions.
Yes.
Former undercover detective Derek Lavasser.
Maybe someone out there can do something.
And survivor and advocate Elizabeth Smart.
I'm here because we deserve your brother back home.
Working with investigators and listening to families.
Why would he take the veil? Why would he take my phone?
There's no more waiting. Tonight, we're going to find them.
Someone knows something.
This little girl is still out there.
We need your eyes. We need your voice.
We're one tip away from changing the course of this case.
We need your help.
It's a missing piece to the family. I miss my son.
That was the voice of Katie Proudfoot saying, I miss my son. But before we get to her and Chris, let me just explain what I meant when I said that the panel.
Well, Lil Red says, so we all see it, and Deception Detective just said it, yet nothing happens, and we never hear anything. I think you're referring to the police, is what I'm assuming, Lil Red. And listen, everyone on the show last night said foul play. Right? Everyone said foul play. We know it's foul play. Like, and listen, if you don't believe my email from, Mr. Carter, fine. But I would never make up an email with a detective's name or anything like that. So you're crazy if you think people said, oh, he made it up. Never made up anything like that in my entire life. God strike me if I did. But he told us that it was foul play. Said it was foul play. I can't point it out any further to you other than them, standing up and saying, this is foul play, like in a public arena. You can also see Seth's pain. Yes, Maurice. Oh my God. Can you ever? And speaking of that, someone posted, I got to show y'all some pictures I noticed, by the way. Look at this. If that is not a father's pain. And you could see Harris on the show last night saying, God, you can really see and sense that father's pain, or something to that effect. You don't hear Seth ever saying, Google it, y'all, and acting green and saying, what the other reporter said, Holly, she's like, I can sense so much joy. I've never seen a parent or even an anchor say, while they're sitting down with a missing child, parent saying, I can sense so much joy. Joy should be the last thing you are sensing when you are talking about your missing child. Those are the moments where it doesn't mean you can't go on and be joyful at times, but you're never going to be the same again without your kid. You just can't, or anyone you love. You're never the same. But specifically in those times of sitting down, that is whenever all of those emotions come back up, right? You relive everything that you've been through. And, they waste so much time, KK and Edgar, talking about themselves or talking about useless information that really mean nothing when it comes to how we can help find Sebastian. The woe is me. I've been attacked. She's been attacked. Dad's been attacked. Police have been attacked. Right? You never hear Seth speaking about any creators attacking him publicly like that. He would not waste the important, valuable time of finding his son, the few moments that you do get to speak during an interview, because it's all edited down and condensed. There we go. That is a grieving father right there. Absolutely. Oops, hold on. That's for later. Sorry, wrong thing. Let's get back to Deception Detective. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If we get 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party.
Itself is a problem. It's not actually their fault. It's more of a psychological phenomenon. It's priming. As you may have noticed from that clip I played from Derek's channel, 2 of his fellow panelists are abductees themselves. They were both kidnapped, but they were stranger kidnapped. And Gabby Petito's father, who is also on the panel, had nothing to do with his daughter's disappearance. So before the intro's even finished, we're already primed to think about these cases as stranger kidnappings, rather than the statistically much more likely scenario of someone in the house being responsible. This could easily be corrected for future episodes, though, by adding the parent of a kid who went missing because a step-parent, for example, did something, rather than a complete stranger. Landon Boland, the mother of Gannon Stouch, who was killed by his stepmother, Letitia Stouch, comes to mind. At least this way, the priming would be balanced between totally taking the parents at face value and having a bit of skepticism that they may be involved. All right, let's keep listening.
We need your eyes. We need your voice.
We're one tip away from changing the course of this case.
We need your help.
It's a missing piece to the family. I miss my son.
Because one sighting, one tip, one moment.
We're this close.
It was KK and Edgar.
We never stop searching, as we know the families won't stop either.
The search begins now.
Good evening. I'm Harris Faulkner, and this is America's Most Wanted Missing Persons, a new show following the lead of the iconic true crime series. We have one mission: to bring missing loved ones home. Every person you'll see on this screen tonight has someone waiting for them: a parent, a child, a friend, a community that refuses to give up, and neither will we. We've assembled a team of experts who dedicated their lives to solving cases and helping others. Derek Levasseur, you may know him from Big Brother, but he also has worked undercover with the FBI, DEA, and Secret Service. Elizabeth Smart, a survivor and advocate whose abduction recovery was made possible through America's Most Wanted. Payne Lindsay, whose investigative true crime podcast, Up and Vanished, has brought cold cases back into the national spotlight. And tonight's special guest, Callahan Walsh, a familiar face to America's Most Wanted. Callahan does incredible work with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining us. Let's get to our first case now. A missing child, Sebastian Rogers. On February 25th, 2024, Sebastian's mother said goodnight to her 15-year-old son. The next morning, Sebastian was gone.
Here we go, y'all.
Hey, missing juvenile. Me and white male, 3 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. Juvenile does have a criminal autism.
Did it form her out?
Sebastian is tall and skinny, has a contagious smile, loves video games, loves cats.
Boundless amounts of energy. Sebastian reminds me of a deer prancing through the woods, you know, enjoying the smell, the breeze, new things. That's my son.
People make fun of Seth saying reminds, you know, a deer prancing through the woods. I mean, I think that is a much better way to describe Sebastian than the way, certainly the way Edgar and KK has described him, right? Oh, he'll get up in your face and he'll growl and he'll run like, you know, very disparaging. I think it's way different, right? And Sebastian, he kind of stepped on his tippy toes, you know what I mean? So he kind of had a unique walk about him. I find nothing wrong with it.
Don't worry, you're not hallucinating. That voice you're hearing is Clutch Them Pearls chiming in every now and then. As I said, we're reacting to his live stream, but that's not the reason I paused. I paused because I want to point out the shirt that Seth Rogers, Sebastian's biological father, is wearing. Right in the center of it is a photo of his missing son. And I've seen this shirt so many times because he always wears it whenever he's doing press or even a big YouTube channel interview, that I know below the photo, there's other pertinent details about Sebastian's disappearance. Desiree Young, the mother of missing child Kyron Horman, does the same thing. Whenever she's in public talking about her son, she wears a t-shirt with his photo on it and other pertinent details. And they don't do it because some organization or advocacy group tells them to print out t-shirts. They do it because it's a manifestation of their main objective, finding their kid. In other words, when they know they're going to have an audience, they want to show off their kid's face in case anyone recognizes them, rather than do what we've seen so many guilty parents on the channel do, which is push their own alibi or try to ingratiate themselves with the audience, or push a red herring theory to get people off of their tracks. All right, let's keep listening.
February 25th, the day before Sebastian went missing, Chris was in Memphis at work. So Sebastian and I went to Texas Roadhouse. After dinner, right around 9 o'clock, he laid down. I heard a noise in his room. I said, I don't care what you're doing, but you got to knock it off and you got to go to bed. And he answered, you know, yes, ma'am. And I said, okay. And
Edgar's always, he's always looking like this. You can just sense, like, what the hell is she going to say next? Because remember, the only time KK talks is whenever is in an interview like this, right? And it's usually very few words. The most I think she ever spoke in any interview was the one with Olivia. And in my opinion, she royally screwed up there. And after that, I think that's when, in my opinion, Edgar was like, nope. The walls of the castle are around you and you are staying in there. Because in my opinion, she's the weakest link. She's the mother. She's the one that's the most emotional. Because obviously that's her child. And I think she would be the easiest one, in my opinion, to get the truth out of. So remember, Edgar said the other day, people that was wanting to speak to KK, he said, and you're not getting to her. Damn. You would think, she would want to speak with anybody that has a question to, some clarity about finding her child. That doesn't seem to be what they want.
That was the last time that I spoke with Sebastian. The next morning, when
She doesn't say that's the last time I seen Sebastian either. Right there. She says that's the last time I spoke with him. To me, that's interesting.
I went in his room, he wasn't in his bed. After a minute or two, when I couldn't find him, I called Chris and I said, I can't find Sebastian. He's not in the house.
I got off of work and I had a text message from Sebastian's stepfather.
I said, hey, I don't know how to tell you this, but Sebastian's missing.
I headed straight over to their house.
I won't rehash all my problems with this story because I've already done 13 episodes about this case, breaking down all the different red flags. But here's a couple quick ones. The first is Katie said that she searched for Sebastian for 1 to 2 minutes before concluding that he was missing. That's an awfully quick search. In fact, it's so quick, I don't know how she could have made that determination. Moreover, Katie originally said that she searched for 3 minutes in her early interviews. And 3 is actually a card in the deception deck, my 52 favorite rules for spotting lies and manipulation. And
there's a lot of 3s in this case. A lot of 3s. And of course, if you look at Deception Detective, 3s is often the liar's number.
It's because liars often, when they're scrambling to make up a number, pick the number 3. I don't know why, but there's a correlation. But if Katie is hoaxing, as I think she is, her husband Chris Proudfoot isn't that much better at it. As you heard him just say, within just a couple of minutes of hearing from Katie that Sebastian couldn't be found, he told Seth Sebastian was missing. How did he know Sebastian wasn't with Seth? How did he know Sebastian didn't run to his dad's house because he got into a fight with his mom? Or that Seth had kidnapped Sebastian out of some grudge against his ex-wife? This degree of conclusiveness, despite the facts, is the hallmark of a hoaxer. It's one of the items on my spotting hoaxes card in the deception deck.
Deception deck says, when evaluating a story that seems implausible, considering the possibility of a hoax is crucial. Liars, knowing their story may not be believed, might overreact or fabricate evidence to seem more convincing. To determine if a story is a hoax, consider 1. Conclusiveness. Does the speaker express certainty about what happened despite limited evidence? And yes, they do. That is something KK and Edgar in the very beginning. Now they have adapted, obviously, over the last 14 months or so. But it was, I don't know why he walked out the door. Not, what did someone take him? What happened? It was just that he just walked out the door and just went in the woods or something. You can get the deck. I think it's in his link. In his videos. If he's still in here, he can tell you where to get it at as well. Always on empty. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member to Always on empty. We got the lover shade of glasses. Watch out. You're silly, VA Diamond. I love his glasses. Does the speaker express certainty about what happened despite limited evidence? Let's see here. 2, resistance. Are they reluctant to where was I? Are they reluctant to present their evidence? 3, emotionally. Is there a mismatch between their displayed emotions, e.g., crying, and the emotions reported in their account? 4, vagueness, which is something they certainly do. Is their story usually vague? This is so tiny I can't see it. For the subject matter, recognizing these signs can aid in discerning whether a story is genuine or fabricated hoax. Again, remember the phone call that I released the other day. Edgar and KK was like, well, what did Seth, when they were talking to the PA, what did Seth tell you, and we'll fill you in? No, that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Seth has his account, KK has her account, and Edgar has his account. And you're absolutely right, Kelsey. Control, control, control. And when people who are generally have to be in control aren't in control, that's when you get the fits of rage. CP sure wanted to know what Seth knew. Yes, he certainly did then. Because remember, this was, it was not, like immediately he went missing, but it was a little bit after, but not too long. Always late. Thank you, my love. 13 months. Love you, Justin Martin chat. With the thumbs up, we are for Sebastian. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Bobby. Good to see you, honey. Robin, Rhonda, K-Mac, Trishy Ginger, Thought Criminal, Gina H, Brianna, Pebbles. Hello, Sue M. All right, let's continue.
Because we always speak based on what we know, someone who made up a story might accidentally reveal knowledge that they shouldn't have if their story were true. Do you think our AMW panel will pick up on any of this? Let's keep watching and find out.
I said, hey, I don't know how to tell you this, but Sebastian's missing.
I headed straight over to their house.
I started driving through the neighborhood. I was panicking. I was looking everywhere. Like, where is he? What happened? Did he go with someone? Did someone take him? By the time I pulled
Hold
in,
on, I need
to their house.
something. 1 second. Here's her windshield, by the way. Here's her windshield. Do you see any cameras there? What's that? That's the mirror. So we were looking last night, and thanks to Dirty Diana, she noticed the windshield there. That is a camera mount. That looks like the disabled tag is off. Yeah, that's her car. That's her car. Certainly is her car. Absolutely. Oh, Mama Todd, I'm sorry I missed you, honey. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Now safe. Pearls look amazing on you. Darling, welcome.
Agent unlocked.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome, my dear. Y'all welcome Mama Todd to the Pearl family. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kelsey, Justin. What's with the we're going to get to that. We're going to get to it. Playing house, ? First thing mentioned was CP at work, and then visual of them playing with cranes. All about CP. Whose idea was it to bring those? Who do you think? Who do you think? I would say probably the one that is, rides the crane and does the control.
I started driving through the neighborhood. I was panicking. I was looking everywhere. Like, where is he? What happened? Did he go with someone? Did someone take him? By the time I pulled into the school, Christopher was already telling me to turn around. Because
also, I wonder if they've given that camera back even. Yeah, we're going to get to it, Scranton. Don't worry. I'm going to show you here in a second. It's crazy. It's just craziness. Thank you, Bobby. I really wonder about that. Let's see here. It really is, Widow. It really is. Every good movie needs props. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pay attention to the scene of them at the kitchen island. I didn't realize. Yeah. Oh, I got a screenshot. Don't worry. We're going back to it. I've already got it in today's live.
because the authorities were on their way.
They used helicopters. They used drones.
And this is the thing. They keep saying, Edgar told me to come back, that authorities were on their way. You were on the phone with Edgar. So you guys were on a 3-way call. So I'm a little confused why Edgar told you to turn around and go back home. You would know that. They would say, okay, we've dispatched police or whatever. Yes. And she still says it. I think it's this story that they have is so ingrained to say it, remember it, breathe it, that sometimes it's so hard for them to change up certain aspects. I think the accent was an effect to be more relatable in her area. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Use ATVs, horseback.
How would he know?
An extensive search didn't yield one significant lead or even a glimpse of the boy on any doorbell cam video. Days later, investigators combed through a landfill, still saying they had found nothing.
We have nothing. We just have speculations. We get criticized. The father gets criticized.
Okay. Remember, Edgar still says we have nothing. That is after the sheriff of Sumner County has came out and stated that they do have things. They don't say what they have, but they say they cannot share it due to the integrity of the investigation. So why doesn't Edgar change that and say, well, law enforcement says they do have things, leads, or evidence, but they say they can't share it to the public. So we know nothing, but law enforcement says they do have some leads or some things. But that's really the only thing that they continually say. It's almost like they're parroting this, it's, I don't know why I walked out the door. We have nothing. Police have nothing. Don't talk about my truck. And I'm not pervy to it. That's it. They always are probably don't they, CP? Is that why you always look sweaty? I don't know, but I've never seen two people change their looks as much. And he's wearing the same shirt as he did in the court. Sandy, how you doing, girl? Thank you for renewing your membership, my love. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Kelsey says she's in a mood. Let it out, girl. Let it out. He's gone completely gray. Edgar, you look like org. Don't insinuate my truck. Well, and it's KK, she said, first thing out of her mouth, Edgar was at work. Edgar was at work. I agree, Jazz. I agree with that comment completely. He loves orange. Good.
Law enforcement's been criticized.
Online sleuths are really analyzing videos and creating their own theories.
Sebastian is putting something in his pocket.
Surveillance footage from a neighbor shows two people outside of Sebastian's house that night. Something happened.
Tonight marks 1 year since Sebastian Rogers disappeared near Beach High School in Sumner County.
My life is not the same without my son. He's not here, and he's somewhere. Someone has him.
This year has been the worst nightmare I could have imagined come alive.
Just wants whoever has him. Just give him back. It's my son.
Wow, that dad. You can feel it. So we want to talk about theory.
This is coming from Harris, who is a Fox anchor. And 1 second, y'all, sorry. So sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much, Bo, for 9 months. Really do appreciate you, my love. I'm so glad to be a pearl. Love you, Justin. We love you too, Bo. Thank you so very much, my friend. Good to see you. But I was saying here, Harris, she is on Fox News, and she's anchoring, hosting this show here. I don't know if she's going to be like a permanent or a temporary host or whatever, but she has interviewed probably thousands of people. And when you've interviewed thousands of people, then you obviously can read through the bullshit a little bit. And she speaks about her Seth. You can really feel the dad's thing. So I'm going to play this. I need to step away for 1 second, y'all.
Theories now, pain.
As the host said, wow, that dad, you can really feel his emotion. And it doesn't boil down to tears or body language nonsense, which anybody can fake, and which doesn't necessarily indicate deception, even if they couldn't fake it. It's because of what he said. He addressed any potential kidnappers out there who might have his kid. This is one of the items on my missing child presser checklist, are the 7 things that I've noticed innocent parents do when they have an audience, but which hoaxers typically don't do because they already know what happened. For instance, if the Proudfoots actually know what happened to Sebastian, it might not even occur to them in the first place to address any potential kidnappers because they know that's not what happened. And coincidentally, I don't think I've ever seen them address any potential kidnappers. So, in summary, if I were on the panel, I'd be saying that I think Seth Rogers is innocent and that the Proudfoots might have guilty knowledge. As you can imagine, accusing the parent of a missing child and being proven wrong could be devastating for a celebrity or TV show. So, they're not going to do that. Nor would it be wise for the show to accuse parents. After all, if they want to continue the series, they need parents to feel safe coming to them and being open with them. Regardless, let's hear them out and see what they have to say.
Thank you so much, Miss Holly. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, my love. Thank you for your support. And Lisa, thank you so much. Harris Faulkner, yes. She used to have a show, I think on ID, didn't she? Lisa B? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate your support.
So we want to talk about theories now, Payne, and what might have happened with Sebastian. What are your thoughts?
I mean, here's his house. They searched miles outside of that neighborhood for days. Helicopters on the ground. They even drained a lake. He's nowhere. I don't think Sebastian would have gone outside on his own. There's someone else involved here. Somebody who was familiar to him, but a stranger to everyone else.
I agree with what the first thing that he said here. I disagree with the last part. It's obviously someone familiar. It's 90+%, literally 95% of the time or more. It's someone that they're familiar with. However, he said they're familiar with Sebastian, but maybe, the people around him isn't. No. Sebastian wasn't the kid. He went home, school, his dad's. Home, school, his dad's. That's it. That's the only places he went. He is an extraordinarily low risk continuum on the scale. So when he doesn't live a high risk life, it almost certainly comes from the home. Almost certainly. Because there is nothing, zero, to say that he walked out. Like I always say, if there was one thing, just one thing to suggest that he walked out, I could believe it. I could believe it. But there's not. There's just not. There's not a scent. There's not him on camera. There's not a sighting. No footprint. No articles of clothing. Nothing. I'm not saying you need all of those, but just one of those. One of those, if someone walked out, they would have. Just one.
You also have. On second thought, let's do this as a part 2 if you guys really want me to analyze their theories, because I think the show is actually doing a lot of good for Sebastian. Check the end card for this playlist and my Sebastian Rogers playlist. Until next time, stay true.
All right. Big thank you to Deception Detective. Big thank you to Deception Detective. Oops, what did I do?
I met the rest of the panel.
There we go. Okay. Big thank you to Deception Detective there. He is amazing. Amazing. I can't believe it's been this long. I know. Yes, and her sister was always in the room, and there is evidence she was taken out. of the window. Correct. Um, there was evidence that she was taken out the window. And again, it was someone around them. It was someone that had worked in their house before. And this is the thing. What happened to Elizabeth Smart is so rare. So rare. Just, and it was not a stranger. Yeah. Exactly. They knew well, and not only that, there was a witness in the house, and that was Elizabeth's sister. I don't know if she saw them, but she heard them. That guy take her out. It takes a special kind of violent predator and it's usually girls, and it's usually sexually motivated and violent tendencies for someone to come in your house while you are and your family are sleeping and take someone, because it is so risky. Think of all the things that can go wrong. There can be a lot of scenarios that can go wrong with that. Now, the only thing that we know that happened around that house all night was the car, the 3 a.m. car, the people with the flashlights, which that is one thing I am super glad that they spoke about on America's Most Wanted. I wish they would have went in it a little bit. I wish they would in a lot of things more, but they don't mention about the person running back to the home. And I wish they would have spoke with neighbors as well. Maybe they did, but I wish they would have spoke with the neighbors that has the video, ones that has their own videos or saw the video, and knows more, because they will tell you. They didn't show the full screen. Yeah. They didn't show SS video. No, because the police said it's nothing. Right? So, I believe Nick got in a lot of shit for putting that video out. Justin, if they showed the light going back to the house, then I don't think anybody would take it seriously to look for him. Perhaps that you might have a good point there. Might have a good point. Was there any of the branches? Where was any of the branch of law enforcement or detectives? You mean in the show? There was no law enforcement speaking in that. I don't think I think law enforcement will speak after it's done. I think so, in my opinion. I think that's when they're going to speak and do that. I want to show y'all something before we talk about more in Sebastian case. I just want to give you an update on this. Taylor Boland.
Way more to this story. This is Taylor Boland. He is the one who I posted a video on a couple of days ago and then immediately had to private it because there were reports that he'd been found. So backstory is that early Saturday morning around 12:45, 1 a.m., Taylor, who is from Vancouver, Canada, went missing in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, he was in Nashville with his club hockey team for a hockey tournament. They had been out at Jason Aldean's bar downtown when his teammates could no longer find him. His cell phone was found discarded by Bridgestone Arena, and his brother actually flew from Vancouver to Nashville to help search for Taylor. And then it's reported that the news anchor, Nick Barris, actually got a message that there was someone who resembled Taylor at the McDonald's in Hermitage, Tennessee. Well, it turns out it was Taylor. And here's an image of him. But that's not the whole story, guys. So the story is that he woke up in a field, had no clue where he was, clearly didn't have his cell phone because his cell phone had been found ditched at Bridgestone Arena. He wakes up in a field on Sunday, no clue how he got there, says that his body is covered in scrapes and bruises. But we know that these bars in Nashville and all downtown Nashville, there is security cameras everywhere. So they should be able to kind of at least put some of this together. See, did he leave alone? Did he leave with someone? But this story is still developing. Thankfully, he is okay. He's safe. He was found alive and mostly well. But there's way more to this story. And after the Riley Strain incident last year, now Taylor Boland, of course, Reddit threads are full of people claiming that their drinks were spiked while they were out downtown Nashville. There are some safety tips that law enforcement want to point out. And this is from actually someone who works security at multiple bars downtown. And they're saying that it's very important for you to take a picture of yourself, either by yourself or with your friends, before you head out, so that people know what you're wearing. So that if you come up missing, there is an image of
Very
what
good
you had
idea.
on when you went missing. In addition to that, be sure that you keep your eye on your drink. Keep your drink in your hand. Put a drink cover on it. Keep your hand over it. Do not leave your drink with anyone, male or female. As we've seen in the Danette Colbert case out of New Orleans, females are oftentimes used to carry out.
You got to realize Nashville sounds like there's could be a lot of traffic.
Putting substances in drinks before others step in and assist, rob the individual, whatever it may be that they are trying to accomplish. I feel like we are going to get a lot more on this story, so stay tuned. As soon as I hear any more information, any more updates, I'll come back here with them. Guys,
Something is definitely not right. Definitely not right in that story. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Now, okay, we got a lot more to get to. I hope I can get all to it in this live. I want to show you this. Let me enlarge it. That's what I'll do. Let me download this and enlarge it. I should have done this earlier. Let me show you something here. As Kelsey and a lot of you guys mentioned it earlier. Here we go. Bear with me 1 second. All right. And as you know, Edgar and KK did not do their interview at their own home. From what I understand, they got an Airbnb and did it at the Airbnb, allegedly. As you see here, they are, making it look like, Susie Homemaker and, in the kitchen, giving that, cutting up an apple bullshit. No Apple Watch, she says. I think she's got her Apple Watch on. She does have her Apple Watch on. But she didn't have it on until June, I think, of 2024 is the first time she's got it on. In my opinion, KP holds the key. I agree. And I think that's why you're not getting to her, as he says. So they're in the kitchen and they have this crane, which is exactly the crane that they show on Chronicles of Olivia. Or actually, I think it's a different crane. It might be the same crane. Let me check. So I do know that they rode together for this interview, which that is something they rarely ever do. Hardly ever ride together, according to the neighbors. They were like, the neighbors saw them so before they left for filming this, when KK is driving up the street, KK, I don't know if there was a camera in there or that was her cell phone, but that's whenever she was filming that. They were filming that. KK drives up the street just like she did the day Sebastian went missing. And she, turns around, and that's when Edgar and KK go to this place. Am I losing weight, Kimberly? How you doing? Thank you so much for noticing. Curious and hopeful of tips resulting new billboards. Allegedly, I think at night have a lot of billboards out right now, like a lot, which is good. So yeah, they didn't want to do the interview in their home, which doesn't make sense to me. I was hoping they would show Sebastian's room at Seth's house, but they didn't show any of that at all. I think Seth said they interviewed them for like an hour or two, and it was cut down to 11 minutes, and that is from beginning to end. Oh, Gypsy, I'm not getting too thin. God, no, I'm not getting too thin. You guys should have seen me at my thinnest. I was thin. Again, they are away from home. What if Sebastian came home? Well, I don't think that they ever expected Sebastian to come home, in my opinion. And I'll tell you why, for many reasons. One, Wednesday, when Edgar went back to get his fifth wheel, because it was so important, right? Been home a full day, and you go back and get your fifth wheel that you say you pay for months in advance in some cases. When he talked to Nina, and Nina said, well, Edgar, we have court Tuesday. And that's when he got really mad and said, we're not having fucking court Tuesday. Why would listen, Edgar, if you are able to go to court to get your fifth wheel and spend the night 3.5 hours away, you've been home one full day at that point. Why couldn't you go to court Tuesday, which would have been day 8 of Sebastian going missing? Did anyone ever think of that? I just thought of that. So you can go 3.5 hours away and spend the night, but you can't go to court in your town and do a quick hearing? Why? To me, that says, in my opinion, that he wasn't expecting Sebastian to come home by Tuesday. Also, in the bushes, they do court over Skype or whatever. So yeah, you can drive 3.5 hours away, spend the night, leave your home, your wife, but you can't go to court 6 days from the time you're calling Nina. That's interesting. Also, when he tells Seth, what if this goes south? To me, he was not expecting Sebastian to be found. Or telling Seth, we got to get our story straight. Seth said, we got to get our story straight. And there is no story for Seth. He was at work. Why? Yep, Casey, sure did. They brought the Tonka toy. And that's right, story. Kelsey, what does that even mean? It means you got to get your alibi story in order, right? Because if it was already a thing to Edgar and KK, it was a hoax unfolding, in my opinion. Yep. That's right. Cindy, please. Yep. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. Okay. So thought that was very, very interesting. Now, I want to show you a couple things here. Bear with me 1 second. Someone sent this to me earlier. And it says, can I zoom in? The following. Do they have any footage of camera in the house? Edgar says, your question cannot be answered right now due to the ongoing investigation. This is something Edgar has never stated, answered, at least, whether they had or didn't have cameras in the house. And in my opinion, the reason he hasn't stated of whether they do or do not have cameras is because that sentiment, I think Edgar, and I'll just be honest with you, my opinion and my opinion alone, everything that I'm stating today is my opinion and my opinion alone. Opinions are not facts. Nobody in this case has been named a suspect or person of interest. The detective did tell me through email that this is foul play. I think most people agree with that here, but they don't name any specific names. So everything I say is my opinion and my opinion only. Everyone that we talk about is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We are not saying anyone is guilty. We are asking questions of the court of public opinion. So the reason I believe Edgar will not say certain things, the hard questions, publicly, is because that if he or she become arrested at any point, that can and will be used against them, because that is voluntary statements. Voluntary, and they can absolutely use it. Absolutely use it, and they absolutely will use it. Not only that, authorities have contacted certain YouTubers for various parts of interviews that Edgar and KK has done, particularly Edgar, things that Edgar has said. So the reason, in my opinion, just my opinion, not a fact again, Edgar will not answer those hard questions like the camera is if he says, yes, we do have cameras, or no, we do not have cameras. And let's say, for instance, some cameras were thrown out, that will be used against him. This is why, in my opinion, Edgar will not speak about certain things that he did on Sunday, certain things that he did that night, other than, I talked to my wife. Was your phone down? Was it on speakerphone? Why can't you talk about Sunday evening, what you did Sunday evening? Because that locks him in. It locks him in. And if that locks him in, and police come up with something and say, oh, well, you said this here on this date, but you told us this here, and let me just show you what we found. It locks him in. It's not good for him. Right? But Eileen, yes, he has recently said, Kimberly, just maybe you look skinny because you put a picture of Mr. Edgar, who looks like the Great Pumpkin. Maybe. The way CP is so controlling, I think they had cameras, in my opinion. Oh, well, you guys know what I have told you, what I have been told, that there was cameras allegedly, and that even when Sebastian would allegedly go to the fridge at night or whatever, many times there would be allegedly a screaming fit of, why the hell are you in there kind of stuff, allegedly. They went missing with the doorbell. So there we go. Do they have any footage of their camera in the house? Your question cannot be answered due to the ongoing investigation. That is Edgar saying that. Okay. Now, that was Chris Broadfoot saying that, rather. It has been screwing around. I hope that the pinch. Yeah. All right. Now, here is some things I also want to show you. And I knew this had happened in the past. Someone writes here, meaning the sister, Ed's sister, threatened to hurt me. And sorry. Let me find it. I think I got it out of order. 1 second. This one. It's this one. Sorry. Look at this. I had to call the police on the stepdad years ago, maybe back in 2014. I worked with his sister, and her and a coworker got into a little spat, and he came to our store and cornered me and yelled. There you go. Someone said, have you told police that? It's something they need to know about his character. Threatened to hurt me and the girl his sister got into a spat with. I was only 21 and the other coworker was 18. He said he would drag her outside by her hair and slash her tires if I didn't name the girl who got into it with his sister. I refused and was signaling for my coworker to call the police and kept telling me to leave the store. Cops came and we made a report and he was banned. This was an 18 and a 21-year-old girl. This person is saying that he backed her in a corner, came to his sister's work, backed the 18 and the 21-year-old in a corner, and said he would drag her outside by her hair and slash her tires to an 18-year-old. That is someone that just graduated. Can you imagine poor Sebastian? I want to just show you the next text. I read it, but I just wanted to show you the girl who I got into it with, his sister. I refused and was signaling for my coworker to call the police and kept telling him to leave the store. Cops came and we made a report and he was banned. This is allegedly the purple hair sister. So this is another account of abuse, in my opinion. Right? We have Edgar admitting. Thank you, Lorraine. We have Edgar admitting that he whipped Sebastian with the belt. Now, I want to be clear. He claims it was one time. If you believe that, that's on you. I don't, but that's what he claims. I want to make that clear. We have the account of Nina's older daughter who actually wrote a letter on Facebook and was shared out, and has also claimed that Edgar smacked or was some sort of abusive with her and her brother. He allegedly busted in the face while he had braces on, and it also, cut up his lip. because he was wearing braces. And then the car seat. The car seat. And then we have the ex-wife, who he was allegedly in the kitchen with, and they were fighting, and he allegedly knocked her in the head, and she also fell and hit her head on the way down, from what I understand as well, and he thought that she was deceased. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's what, 5 or 6 different things that we know about. Yeah, I can. Passion flower, yeah. It was a big deal whenever this sister got into the fight. And I had heard that Edgar came down there, and yep, this is someone who's came out voluntarily. The purple-haired sister, I believe, is the one who allegedly Mohawk, am I right? I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, that she's the one that said, "Run over Nina." Justin, he threatened Seth on YouTube. Oh, yeah, he did threaten Seth on YouTube. Sure did. Sure did. I think he made kind of a threat to Betty as well, in my opinion. With, we can hit, people protesting now as well. All right. Moving right along here. So we got Edgar saying that they can't talk about those cameras. And then we got this speaking about what happened at where they sister was at, or I think she worked there, to be honest. Okay, moving right along. Give me 2 seconds. Now, I want to show you guys. Oh, let me show you this real quick. Just 2 seconds. Guys, hit that thumbs up. If we get to 1,000, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. See right here, here's the crane again. This was their prop. Sebastian's thing, can't see the phone number or anything, or even his name, but they put it up there. Right. Look at this. I'm not going to play this, but just look at this.
And everything is still on the table to be looked at.
We just know he's out there somewhere.
She looks like a hostage situation. I want to do a poll. I want to see what you guys think about something, because I know it's going to be a very split poll. It's going to be a very split poll, but I think it's going to be important, in my opinion. I want to see what you guys think about KK. So let's do this poll. Do you think KK is abused by Edgar? Meaning, is she scared? Yes. No. All right. I just did that poll right there. We'll check on that in just a little bit. I want to see what you guys think on that. Because I sometimes I really think she's scared of him. And then most of the time, I don't think she's scared of him. I just feel like she doesn't want to lose him. So I don't know where I stand on it, but I want to hear y'all's opinion on it. I think it's an act. I mean, this right here that she's doing, is it an act? I mean, I think it's an act, but I also think she is scared shitless, and she's not a good liar. Not a good liar whatsoever. Watch this.
One other question I have is,
you can see there's more comfort here. She's still uncomfortable, but you can see more comfort. Now, she's going to draw up.
recently
I'll never get
Channel
over
5
this.
in Nashville, they had security footage that showed 2 flashlights the night he disappeared. Is there anything that you think about this video? Or
Sure. So there's a lot of speculations about that video that are floating on the internet. Okay. And that is exactly what it is. It's speculation.
She looks like she saw a ghost. I will never, ever get this part out of my head. And when she talks about, I drove over there and he's already, I'll never get out of my head. There's no he involved that morning, right? You're on the phone with Edgar. Yes, he is a he, but he can't be already doing anything. You guys are talking to 911 allegedly, or non-911 allegedly, dispatch, and you're looking for Sebastian. Sebastian's not around. Doesn't make sense at all. All right, here we go. I want to play something of Jules, our friend and yours, K9 Jules. Let me put her link in the description for the replay crew. Credit goes to K9 Jules. Damn, where's it at? What I do? Okay. Full credit. K9 Jules. Here you go, mods. I will drop this in the chat as well. Go subscribe to K9 Jules, if you don't mind. I think this is the one where Edgar. Oh no, this isn't the one. This is the one. All right. Watch this. CPT.
It's safe to say crews have searched just about everywhere for the autistic teen within a 5-mile radius of the home and have found nothing. But one thing they did not search is the garbage.
You're going to hear Edgar talk on something that I've never heard him speak about, which is pretty interesting in my opinion.
And that is why Sumner County deputies and Kentucky State Police spent the day searching a landfill in White Plains, Kentucky. Why there? Well, News Channel 5 has learned that trash in the Stafford Court neighborhood is picked up every Monday between 5 and 6 a.m., and it was sent to that landfill. So all the trash from the neighborhood dumpsters, including the trash bin at Sebastian's home, was picked up and gone before the teen was even reported missing. Officers are digging through trash and the landfill looking for any clues. They don't know what they'll find, but say the search is part of leaving no stone unturned. There's the possibility some evidence was disposed of in the trash. In the meantime, authorities were back at the family house today in the backyard, appearing to take photographs.
They were back at the family house today in the backyard, which is interesting to me, right? Because remember, we have that 3 a.m. car and we have the two people running through the yard. Now, Edgar is not interested. KK is not interested in that backyard. I wonder why. But they're interested in the one video down the street, the one cop says is nothing. But Cops was back there interested in that backyard. Right? Wonder why. Thank you, Kimberly. Finding the doorbell ring camera. Yeah. Allegedly, they are on the video, man. Allegedly. Yeah. I just find it very interesting. Edgar and KK are interested when, about anyone else that may have tried to potentially go in their yard or whatever. But not the night their child goes missing. Interesting. Cops seem to be interested, though. Look at this.
No one is giving up on the search effort for...
This is while they are digging in the landfill. Same time.
Sebastian, but at the same time, authorities appear to be moving forward with a possible criminal investigation. They have named no suspects, and detectives say that Sebastian's family has been cooperative. As this investigation continues to evolve, authorities are still going through security camera video obtained from homes in this neighborhood, and they do continue to depend on tips from the public. In Sumner County, Nick Barrett, News Channel 5.
Nick, thank you. Anyone with information about this case is asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be really, really quick. So, Sebastian, February 26th, in regards to landfill searches. Now, foul play, whether it is or is not suspected, doesn't mean unaliving an individual. It could mean any type of malicious intent or activity, i.e. discarding of evidence, hiding anything. Foul play does not automatically mean unaliving someone, although that's the...
Now, let's talk about this, right? Nick Barris, I meant to call that out a minute ago, but he says law enforcement tell me or something like that they wanted to check the trash for any potential evidence. Okay. Well, obviously, Sebastian's not going to put any evidence in the trash can if you don't see him walking to the trash can or anything else. So I don't really understand that unless they do see someone there that night putting something else in the trash. But evidence suggests foul play, in my opinion. That means you are hiding something. If you put it in the trash, you are concealing something. If you put it in the trash, you want it to be discarded, right? See, check my text. Okay, honey, I got you. Thank you so much.
Conclusion that a lot of individuals will jump to. Now, I want to be crystal clear on a couple things. I do not believe that Katie and Chris Proudfoot unalive Sebastian. I've never thought that, and I don't believe that at all. And obviously, I know Seth Rogers had absolutely nothing to do with his son's disappearance because Seth Rogers wasn't even there. Seth Rogers was at work, accounted for, and until I hear otherwise from law enforcement, I'm going to believe that's where he was at. And the same goes for the stepfather, Christopher Proudfoot. He put out that he was at work, and unless I hear otherwise from law enforcement, I'm gonna believe that's where he was. We won't know anything until law enforcement comes up with official statements on locations and alibis, so I think it's best that we all stop the speculation. The only thing we do know for sure is that Katie Proudfoot, Sebastian's biological mother, was with Sebastian in the house the night he went missing. Again, I am not at all saying that Katie did anything nefarious to Sebastian. I'm just merely stating the facts that we know. Chris was at work, Seth was at work, and Katie was home with Sebastian the night he went missing. Those are the facts as we see them. Now, I am not a SAR, search and rescue individual. My certifications come through either agencies that back law enforcement or federal agencies or state agencies, so I cannot speak to SAR. However, it wasn't a SAR organization that got the search warrant for this. It was the Kentucky State Police, actually, and I have the sources for that. One thing that stood out to me in particular was during this landfill search was the use of the excavators and the backhoes and everything. For me personally, if I was looking for a cadaver or I had reasonable suspicion to believe that there was a deceased individual in a landfill, I would not be using this heavy-duty equipment to search for a deceased individual. Landfill searches are very extensive. There's a lot that goes into them. And as the one canine handler did mention on the Nancy Grace podcast, which is no longer posted, he did mention that cadaver canines in particular are going to be hitting on every Band-Aid. They're going to be finding bones out there. So you need to collect everything. Band-Aids, tampons, wraps from wounds, you name it. You want to pull everything that the dogs hit on because you honestly don't know where that's from. It could be considered evidence. It could be from another individual. Landfill searches are very, very, very extensive, which is why a lot of teams use the conveyor belt method when doing searches. But I don't believe that cadaver dogs were the main reason for going to this landfill. I believe it was in regards to something else, i.e. electronics or evidence. Now I'm going to play for you an excerpt from my call with Chris Proudfoot, who is Sebastian's stepfather, and I want you to pay very, very close attention to some of the things that he says here.
I mean, that PI...
Guys, did y'all fix Kim V? Someone said she was accidentally deleted or blocked. Did y'all fix that? I'm looking right now, but let me know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Showed up to my house when we weren't home.
What?
And walks on the property. There's 4 signs all around my property.
Mm-hmm.
No trespassing. The one in the front yard does state no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted.
Right.
She decides to get out of her car. She has an encounter with 3 of my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Walks around my entire house taking pictures and a video.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
No. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And then she says, why wasn't on your property? Well, hold on. She turns up a day or 2 later to my house. Walks up to the front porch. Doesn't ring the doorbell. If she did, no, well, it never rang because we didn't have one. So.
Right.
But my wife's boss and another coworker in the house, and we are upgrading our security system.
Yeah.
But she said.
Now, I've heard so much back and forth, just speculation on whether or not cameras did exist inside the house between. I believe there was an interview with Nina where she said that she said to Chris, you have cameras in your house. I've also heard somewhere that Chris had cameras, was watching what Sebastian would sneak and eat in the middle of the night. I don't know if these are even true, either one of these claims. However, I just thought that statement was weird when he kind of laughed and backtracked with the doorbell statement. I just thought it was odd. And then upgrading the security system. So these are 3 scenarios that could come from the term upgrading the security system. Again, these are all speculation in my opinion. I'm not saying these are 100% accurate and true, but these are just some ideas to put forth in your head, which leads to my theory about the landfill search. So I know there was speculation about the quote-unquote 2 different landfills that were searched, so this could be where the confusion stems from, because it looks like the trash was taken to a transfer station, which is, I'm assuming, an entirely separate landfill area, and then taken to the area it was dumped. Now here I have highlighted the organizations that were there for the landfill search, and here they do mention canines. Now, me as a nationally certified canine handler, I'm going to admit I initially thought, hey, perhaps cadaver canines only were utilized for this. However, after looking into the Kentucky State Police, I discovered they have a whole another different type.
Did y'all get to answer the Kim V part? I don't see Kim V blocked. So we're going to go back over that, and I'm going to go. Oh, he slipped. He totally slipped. Totally slipped. Totally slipped. Sandy, did you get my text back?
Type of canine there also.
Let's go back here.
Something to be from another individual. Method and for evidence. The father.
I mean, that PI, Heather, okay, showed up to my house when we weren't home.
What?
And walks on the property. There's 4 signs all around my property. No trespassing. The one in the front yard does state no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted.
He has 4 signs in his yard. Now, Betty didn't even, whether you like Betty or not, I'm saying she did not walk in through his yard, go up to his door, anything. It was fixed earlier. Thank you. Okay, I was looking. Kim, I'm sorry about that, honey. I apologize. Accidents happen sometimes. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Hey, Kim V, we got you. Deanna, hello. 4 no trespassing signs. And like I said earlier, he is always talking about, you better not come in my yard or anything like that. And, I understand he doesn't want people in his yard. I get that. Nobody does, but he's really, really particular about this. Thank you, Lisa. And that being said, why is he not concerned with the 2 people in the 3 a.m. video with a car going to his house, the light stopping? Nobody went around that house because there's cameras across the street in front of their house. Nobody went. They went to Sebastian, or that person went to Sebastian's house. Another person comes back with them about 3 minutes later, and they go to that car. Edgar says there is no car now, and he says that one of the flashlights is someone taking out trash, and a neighbor has came forward. Edgar, that is not true. And when you say that stuff, it makes you look more suspicious, in my opinion. He's talking about Heather, the PI, was running through his yard and also going up to the door and all that, while he says she knew that they weren't home. Did he get a restraining order for that too?
Right.
She decides to get out of her car. She has an encounter with 3 of my neighbors. Walks around my entire house.
But that's what PIs do. They talk to the neighbors, just like your PI allegedly said he did. What's different? What's so different, Edgar?
Think of pictures and a video.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
No. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And then she was, why wasn't on your property? Well, hold on. She started up a day or 2 later to my house. Walks up to the front porch. Doesn't ring the doorbell.
Doesn't ring the doorbell. Huh. I wonder if that's because he got an alert on his phone. I wonder if that's because he got an alert on his phone.
if she did, no, well, it never rang because we didn't have one. So,
Right.
He's so full of it. Doesn't ring the doorbell. Well, it never rang because we don't have one. Oh my God. You got a good one there, Jules. Good job. Kind of like when he said he was talking about the CPS lady and he's like, "Oh, hey, it's you again." I said, "Hey." He said, "Hey." And then he says, it's the same one that we've had a case she's had a case before. Not we've had a case with her before. He goes, "We've had a case with her before. She's had a case before." Of course she's had a case before. She's a case worker. But you mean the first one? You've had a case with her before, and then you try to slip something else in. Again, when there is a crime that has happened, people who have nothing to hide nothing in true crime. Thank you, the truth, please. It's crazy. Hey, Smokey Joe. How you doing, darling? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate that. You received that pearl necklace. Give our Smokey Joe a big thank you. You've been promoted for the next month.
Welcome to Clutch 7 Pearls. Yeah, you're in the clue. Shine bright like the stars. This world never knew. We're dancing, laughing all around this world. Hold tight, shine bright. You're part of our pearl.
Thank you so much, Smokey Joe. Really do appreciate it. Milwaukee, I've been singing about, Kiki accident. Yeah, thank you, honey. Appreciate you. In my opinion, CP wants to keep attention off KP. See, I disagree. I mean, I agree with that to an extent, Kiki. In my opinion, just my opinion, I think he wants the attention off of him by saying, I was at work, I wasn't here, I don't want to talk about Sunday, I don't want to talk about what I did that night, if I went to the grocery store, if I talked on speakerphone, if I was walking around the camper, did I do the skirting? I think he doesn't want the attention on, I think he wants to guard KK because I think he knows it, and KK knows it, that she is the weakest link out of them two. She's more likely to break because she's the mother. She's got, this is her child. So that's me. I think it's a two-parter, but I do agree with some of that. They got more than enough to bring them in. I'm thinking, Laura, I mean, they've went in for questioning. But in my opinion, I think the questions got a little hard. And in my opinion, that is when they perhaps allegedly could have lawyered up. On Granny Crime Busters, they call the deception detective Mr. Yummy. That's so funny, Loving Life. I call him the Big DD. The Big DD. Hunka burning love.
But my wife's boss and another.
Listen.
If she did, no, well, it never rang because it wasn't in my house. Well, hold on. She shows up a day or two later to my house. Walks up to the front porch. Doesn't ring the doorbell. If she did, no, well, it never rang because we didn't have one. So,
Right.
It's so stupid.
but my wife's boss and another coworker in the house, and we are upgrading our security system.
Yeah.
My wife and another coworker are in the house, and we're upgrading our security system. Upgrading? But you said you didn't have one. Wait a second. Oh, what? What, Edgar? Hold on, let's listen to that again.
Right.
But my wife's boss and another coworker in the house, and we are upgrading our security system.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I caught that. Yeah. My wife and her boss and another coworker are in the house because we're upgrading our security system. How you doing? Yeah, leaking like a sieve, isn't he, honey? You can't upgrade unless you already have one. That's exactly right, Bubbly Beth. You're either getting a security system or upgrading, and you don't mix the two. They are not interchangeable. Yes, you have to upgrade, you have to already have one. If I have the iPhone 1700 and I want to upgrade to the 1800, it's newer, it's better, it's got more technology, all of that. So, what's the deal? What's the deal? Yeah, what security system? Because they said they didn't have one, even though one came with the house. You know? Oh, honey, you're fine. You did great. You did great. You did absolutely great. This is a great little clip here, Jules. It's a great little clip. Couple mistakes he made right there, in my opinion, allegedly. Can Craddock connect dots? Just asking. Yes, Craddock can definitely connect the dots. Now, this is the thing. They could have all they need or they've got. Maybe it could be a prosecutor that says, Mr. Whitley, that says, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet. Let's just wait a little longer. The thing about authorities is they are very patient. Very patient. They're not impatient like us in the public. So, well, the previous system did not help Sebastian from being taken down. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? You know how Edgar and KK, they don't like to talk about the locks on their doors or anything like that because that's a security thing. My locks are Swan. I think it's Swan. I think that's what it is, Swan. That's what my locks are. Doesn't matter. You don't have the combination or the key, it don't matter. At all. and they lock the doors at night. Now, this is the thing. KK installs these for a living. What are you supposed to do at night after you lock the doors and go to bed? You're supposed to turn on the security system for the button you press when you're still inside the house. But if anyone, opens a window, opens a door, it's going to wake you up. So if they already had a security system, because he says upgrade, well then why didn't she do that? After the fact, what's the point of upgrading after the fact anyway? Well, this is the thing. You know how Edgar is very semantics. Sometimes he takes things literal if it benefits him in that situation, or he takes things figuratively, semantics, if it benefits him in that situation. Let me give you a little opinion of mine and a theory. I believe prior to Sebastian going missing, up until the night Sebastian went missing, they had a security system and cameras. And in my opinion, some sort of equipment in this theory, which is not a fact. I want to make that clear. I believe up until that night, they had that. After he went missing, gone. And I agree with Jules in this video that potentially they were looking for something in the landfill. Maybe electronic dog sniffing. Now, I believe when we ask them, do you have security system in your home? No. Well, at that time, they don't. The time that we are asking them, they don't have a security system because in this theory, it's already been taken out. Do you have cameras? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. That's what he says. Why not? It would show KK going to bed, Sebastian going to bed, the conversation, and you could hear, perhaps see even Sebastian leaving. But there's none of that. Isn't that interesting? Always on empty. Yep, my car, yep, does as well. Yep. Remember when TL had a Zoom cam call for Edgar or something with Edgar? You could see cameras on their interior ceiling. No, I don't, Casey. I never seen that. Really? But Nina said, well, Edgar, don't you have security cameras? Remember that? What do you mean? What do you mean Sebastian walked out of the house? She said. Well, Edgarston, don't you have security cameras? I'm not privy to that information. I'm not going to tell you, Nina. You're my ex for a reason. Well, I think she dumped you, not the other way around. I'm just saying. Well, don't you have cameras? I'm not telling you that. Headed to the ER with my dad. Oh, Hatters, what's going on, honey? Some keypad locks have the lithium-ion batteries. Yes. Higher end ones, by the way, just saying. Correct. Yes. Yes. Now, I'm trying to think. Mine doesn't have lithium-ion, I don't think. Mine are just like, I only have to change them like every 5 years. They hardly ever go out. The Yorkies were in security system. Were their security system. They were a pair of yappers. AA or something. Yeah, it depends on what kind of lock. Now, I think one of mine might have some lithium battery that we have to replace. You can open the door or close it from my phone or a smart device. That one might.
Yeah.
But she said.
Now, I've heard so much back and forth, just speculation on whether or not cameras did exist inside the house between, I believe there was an interview with Nina where she said that she said to Chris, you have cameras in your house. I've also heard somewhere that Chris had cameras, was
I don't
watching
think
what
so,
Sebastian
Laura.
would sneak and eat in the middle of the night. I don't know if these are even true, either one of these claims. However, I just thought that statement was weird when he kind of laughed and backtracked with the doorbell statement. I just thought it was odd. And then the upgrade in the security system. So these are 3 scenarios that could come from the term upgrading the security system. Again, these are all speculation in my opinion. I'm not saying these are 100% accurate and true, but these are just some ideas to put forth in your head, which leads to my theory about the landfill search. So I know there was speculation about the quote-unquote 2 different landfills that were searched, so this could be where the confusion stems from, because it looks like the trash was taken to a transfer station, which is
Jules says, I looked at the Home Depot and some of them electronic deadbolts have lithium ion. Interesting and creepily once has facial recognition. Really? Dang. You know, I probably in the future our doorbells are going to be connected. Well, they're already connected to the internet, but they'll probably have a camera on it, right? Like all of them. And it notices you and you don't even have to push a key code in. It'll just unlock it because it notices your face. Probably a lot of them will be like that. It's kind of scary though. Because then, like, what if someone hacks your doorbell or something and they get your face information, all that stuff. It's crazy. No searches, no visuals, mainstream media, news, get off my lawn. Didn't come forward on a YouTuber channel until a week after. No comment when opportune at courts and leaves town. Yeah, that's a start.
assuming an entirely separate landfill area, and then taken to there it was dumped. Now here I have highlighted the organizations that were there for the landfill search, and here they do mention canines. Now, me as a nationally certified canine handler, I'm going to admit I initially thought, hey, perhaps cadaver canines only were utilized for this. However, after looking into the Kentucky State Police, I discovered they have a whole another different type of canine there also, and that is the electronic device canines.
Jules, tell me if this is true, because I don't know a hell of a lot about your field of the dogs and the scent and all that. But don't cadaver dogs get a little confused in the landfills because of the cadaverine and the putrescine decay in the landfill that's already in there?
I'm going to show you a picture of a couple of them here. Kentucky State Police does have 5 of these as of when this article was published. They may have some new additions now, but I just find that interesting.
How does a dog sniff out electronics? Electronics smell. Electronics have a smell. I think they're probably looking for lithium ion or something. The battery. Yeah, she's going to explain it here, I think.
And again, all in my opinion, everything that's been weird with this whole thing with the security system and the lights and whatnot, and my conversation with him, it just, some things for food for thought, some things to think about. Now, we do know that a search warrant was obtained based off of what we've been told by the Kentucky State Police spokesperson. I found this interesting. In order
Mitty,
for
that's what I've been told. I think they would have had a security system where Edgar could log in from his location. That's what I heard that they had with their cameras. There's that. Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Next, Rennie Pearl. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Hey, Jenny, I didn't see that. Sorry, honey. 5 months. Thank you so much for your continued support. You look fantastic. You dressed. Oh, thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate that. I'm not on months of steroids now because of Lyme's.
electronic search canine to
helps
be deployed, as we call them in the canine world, you have to have a search warrant to deploy an electronic search canine. So I just thought that was kind of interesting that this was the department. Yes, it was in Kentucky, but I mean, another
Gotcha, thank
federalization
you.
could have gotten, a federal organization could have gotten that warrant. I just found it interesting that the Kentucky State Police got it, and they just happen to have 5 electronic search canines. I don't know. I just found that, really
Yes.
interesting.
Edgar does not have to lurk. That's the thing, VA Dynamics. He does not have to lurk. He is welcome to come on this panel anytime. He is welcome to call in anytime. I will be extremely respectful. I will never be brash. He can be brash, but I won't be brash. It's not really my style.
For those who don't know, it was an electronic search canine who took down the infamous Jared from Subway. So, yeah. Mr. 5 foot long, taken down by a canine.
Oh my God, guys. If y'all have never seen if you have never seen the documentary on Jared from Subway, you want to talk about a sick mother chicken? Ugh. Don't be too respectful. Just saying. MS, I will be extremely respectful, but I will ask the tough questions with follow-up questions, which he says he doesn't mind. He says he doesn't mind that. Isn't he silly? Of course he does.
That's why canines lead the way. Now I'm going to say this. So
Yes,
the Global Protection
horrible.
Canine Agency does
Yes,
train
Tina.
their electronic canines to search for lithium batteries. And
Jared from Subway is a pedo. A pedo. And was for a long time. And I think they tried to, cover it up.
want to take a guess on what kind of batteries that Ring cameras use? Lithium-ion batteries. So as you can see here, this is just, you can go to the Ring website and look up the components for each of the cameras and the doorbells and whatnot. And then also I found this interesting here. Lithium-ion batteries are supposed to be disposed of in a completely separate location, not
He
with regular
surprised
trash.
me.
So to me, I don't know. It just seems more plausible for an electronic service canine to go looking for a landfill for something that's not supposed to be there. I mean, you're not supposed to throw away your lithium batteries with regular trash. Again, I mentioned earlier the kind of struggles with cadaver canines hitting on band-aids and bandages and pads and tampons and whatever have you with bodily fluids on them. That's going to be a lot. Electronic service detection canines, that's pretty... Not many people are throwing away their lithium-ion batteries to landfill. At least I certainly hope not. Oh, and just for purposes of showing this is actually accurate, so here is our Ring stick-up camera, which is lithium-ion battery, and I'm going to put it out here for Canine Gator to find. As you can tell, I walked out the back door,
now
threw it in the grass.
She makes a good point here, because and you can still put lithium-ion batteries in any sort of camera, even the ones that don't necessarily need lithium-ion, just like the regular batteries. You know, they're rechargeable, the lithium ions, and you can buy the lithium ions that are rechargeable, like you put in a vape or anything else. So there's that.
Covered up, it sat there for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I took Canine Gator out the front door and walked around the side. And before anyone says, oh, he just walked right over to it, no, watch as he works. He's actually using his nose, he's sniffing on the ground, and then he takes me right over to it.
This is amazing.
I
Watch
intentionally
this.
stayed back from him
Watch
on a
this.
long line, and after he went over to the area, I kept walking forward as if to say, okay, buddy, let's keep going. But nope, he sniffed, he turned, he looked right at me, walked over, and that's where it was.
Mama Dukes, that's a good point. That's a good point. She said the security equipment could have ended up in her truck, and with all the other equipment she's had, how would they know the difference? I mean, they probably have a serial number on them. But some of it could have, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, my dear. Cadaver canines will hit on band-aids, pads, etc. That's why landfill searches are very extensive. The canine handler in that Nancy Grace interview mentions it too. Yes, I do remember that now that you say that. Yep. Very true, Jules. Yes. Yep. Yikole.
Again, just a reminder, everything in this video is my opinion and just pointing out a couple of things that I noticed. And for those people who want to come out and say,
I don't
oh my
think
God,
so.
I can't believe you recorded. Well, first of all, this recording took
I don't
place
think
right
you
after
can
the
catch them,
Webster's
Barbara.
interview. We all saw that one. I wasn't sure this was going to go, and I was not in the state of Pennsylvania when I did this recording. Contrary
true,
to popular
Janine.
belief, I am allowed to travel outside my state to go do training events and conduct
Is it your
activities with
birthday?
canines, so there's that. Again, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, last seen on February 25th, 2024, was reported missing the morning of February 26th, 2024. Please share his poster out there and keep up the awareness. I believe he is going to be on America's Most Wanted. There's going to be a show special on his disappearance. So please be sure to tune into that Monday, April 28th. Thank you so much and have a good night, everybody.
Dog went right to it. Right to it. Guys, make sure you sub up to Canine CPT Jules for the replay crew. Link is provided in the description for the chat. If you're not already subscribed, link is provided in the chat. Let me tell you something. Jules. I cannot stand my voice when I hear myself. I'm like, why do people listen to me? I really do. I cringe. I cringe when I hear my replays. If there was like one thing I could change, it would probably be my voice. Probably my voice. Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Dawson. Thank you so much, darling. Try, honey, I try. Strike a pose. Yeah. We hate our voice. Well, I think our voices sound lower when we're speaking to us because of the vibration in our ears and stuff. Oh, Justin, you sound fine. See, Heidi, when I hear my voice, I think I sound like an alien or something. I'm like, ew. In second only to Matthew McConaughey. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. That's amazing. My voice is soothing. People say that all the time. You hate your voice too, always like. But I feel like I sound like different than any person on the planet. I don't know. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, you guys saying my voice is soothing. Thank you. Maybe I should do bedtime stories on a late, crisp October night. I have a relaxing voice. Your voice is pervy. My voice is pervy. You sound like Minnie Mouse. You know who I think has a cute voice? I don't know if she's in here. Cassie Roku. She has the cutest little voice. Cutest little voice. Thank you, Abigail. I sound like a backwoods hillbilly. Honey, there ain't nothing wrong with that, Robin. Nothing wrong with that. I'm from Appalachia and I'm proud. Henny. She does have the cutest little voice. I could do a Keith Morrison voice. I don't know about that. He makes everything sound with the question mark at the end. Everything sounds like a question mark. I hope, Barbara, that's what I want to. I don't want to ever sound like a snob or anything like that. I don't want anyone to think I'm like a snob or anything like that. I want to be approachable. Square batteries should never be thrown in the trash. No, neither should lithium ion. Check with your local stuff. Keith Morrison has a good voice, yeah. Yeah, that I'm telling you, Jules, that interview with Keith Morrison and Lori Daybell, she was off the freaking rails. Hey, Sativa, how are you, babe? She was off the rails. She is so, I really think she doesn't want to come out of the realization because it would be too hurtful of all the stuff that she's done. Justin, I love to listen to you at night while I'm sleeping. The chicken parties, however, will wake the dead. Edgar! Christopher! KK! FBI, open up. Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you. That Bobby. Thank you, though. If I'm self-conscious about anything, it's my voice. Thank you, Jenny. I have a jar for the batteries and take them to the recycling center. I haven't even gotten to that yet. Oh my God. Oh, no, I did. Yes, did I? No, I did not. I've had so much to talk about today. Wait a second. Hold on a second. I need to add it. Damn, come on. That was the whole part of the live. Damn. Let me show you something, guys. I want to upload more than one. Photo, add to upload, upload. 2 seconds, y'all. Upload. Upload, upload. 2. Okay. Upload, upload. This is very interesting. Upload. Hold on 1 second. Something is. Hold on, guys. I just got something. Okay. All right. Okay. Look at this, y'all. This is very interesting. Sorry it took me a second. Vicky is right on this. Y'all ready for this? Hit the thumbs up. We need 90 more likes. 90 more likes. Come on, y'all. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. This is what someone wrote. Wow, CP and KP got together in 2016 after Seth and KK divorce. They was together 5 years before getting married on February 14th, 2021. I showed you guys that the other day. They got married on Valentine's Day, and that's when we talked about, we always thought, well, why weren't they together on Valentine's Day? Well, especially now, why weren't they together on Valentine's Day or their anniversary? But let's continue. Then CPS report 18 months. But CP and KP was seen together, allegedly, at the Texas Roadhouse 2 weeks before Sebastian came up missing. You guys know about the incidents. Edgar threw a fit at the Texas Roadhouse, allegedly, I'm going to say, 2 weeks before Sebastian goes missing. His steak was overcooked. He also talks about his steak being overcooked and all that. So that's around Valentine's when this took place. Just putting all the pieces together, those gaps here, but just my opinion. Marriage is public records. Has anyone else noticed that CP sure is acting very different? He's been talking about Seth. Good things, in my opinion. On this, he's trying to find out what Seth knows because nobody's talking to them, meaning police. And in my opinion, I hope Seth doesn't fall for Edgar's bullshit. In my opinion, only now I believe they're trying to turn the table on this father here. He's talking too nice and he wants to have a private phone call with the woman teacher, teacher, Yada. Yada sure did turn, and in my opinion, she made herself look bad. But here's all this when KK and Edgar really here's all this when KK and Edgar really got married just 2 years and a few months before Sebastian goes missing, and the CPS reports goes back to 18 months. How odd is all of this now? Just my opinion now, but the marriage dates and year is right. Oh, the neighbor's granddaughter was the only one who waited on them at the Texas Roadhouse 2 weeks before before, Sebastian went missing. Edgar saying on a platform he was home on February 2nd, then left home and didn't come back until February 26th. But 2 weeks back from the 26th, that would be Valentine's Day plus anniversary. Could this be the day he don't want to talk about? Remember, we heard about divorce. That's a family member wanted him to divorce KK. Then we heard from the neighbor, CP, yelling out in the yard, it's either me or him. And I'm telling you, I've spoken to said neighbor that they claim that is true. Allegedly. KK, you was the last one to see Sebastian. Your cheeks turn red when I notice when you're lying about something on interviews. Has anyone else, or is this a drinking issue? But I notice her cheeks big time. KK, where's Sebastian? So the question is, February 14th, did Edgar come home? And is that when the steakhouse and all of that happened? And was there some sort of blow up in the house while in this theory? A theory is not a fact, so don't consider this a fact. Did Edgar and KK and Sebastian all get into it? Is that when the fight started? Deborah said that's when the fight started. If I remember correctly, I need to talk to this neighbor. Oh, thank you, always on MT. I need to speak to this neighbor about this because if I recall correctly, they said it wasn't too long before Sebastian went missing. This argument allegedly happened between KK and Edgar. And that's when he was getting in his truck. His hand was on the truck and he's like, it's either me or him, and I hope you pick him, or something like that. If that was around Valentine's Day, also their anniversary, that says a lot. What day was Valentine's Day? It was on a Wednesday. Now, hold on a second. Seth would have had Sebastian the 16th, 17th, and 18th, right? Barb, from what I understand, it's supposed to be. I need to ask Seth if he ever figured out the day, if he could go back and find out that date. From what I understand, it's supposed to be before the 10th. And I know that happened. I know all three of them was there. It could potentially add some new things to the timeline. It absolutely could. Thank you, Lorraine. And she got. I heard school meeting was February 8th. SL, it's very possible. It was anywhere from the 5th or the 6th to the 10th, from what I understand. I don't know. I'm asking Teresa. I don't know. The weekend Sebastian was missing was supposed to get Sebastian, but called into work. I thought that too, baby kisses, but that's not the case. I always thought that too. And I asked Seth about that. Baby kisses. I'm proud. Oh, that's amazing. Jules, you know what you need to do? You need to start training monkeys. You need to start training monkeys. Because they use monkeys for people with disabilities. There you go. It's a good industry. I was just speaking to a woman who trains them for people with disabilities, actually. Every other week, Seth. Yes. Also, people were saying Seth switched weekends, and Seth said no. Yes. Scent monkeys. No, that's like, people who are like paraplegic or whatever, and it would be interesting to train monkeys. They train octopi, do stuff now. Most puzzles and stuff, not so much for service needs. Yeah. A lot of the monkeys, they can get high, obviously, and open up the cabinets and all that stuff. Because most of them have 5 fingers. Train monkeys to ride dogs. I just bought Remy a skateboard. She was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." You wasn't good enough for her. I love her. She was like the cool girl of the early 2000s. I'm gonna get Remy a wig. She'll be like, "Whoa, how you doing?" Yes, Avril Lavigne. Yes, Yes. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I've got to be in bed. I've got to be at work in the morning. Oh, Lord, have mercy. You guys are amazing. I want to thank all of you. First of all, thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. And I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for your time, your generosity, all of that. Really, really do appreciate your time. We're going to be doing I'm going to start doing this thing at the end of the week that we're going to be spinning a wheel. I need someone as a secretary. I need about 3 secretaries, mods, and the poll. Who's 3 mods that are always in here? All in my poll. I'm a pole dancer, Mohawk. Come on now. Work with me, sister. 1 second. Let me find this. Where's it at? End poll. Where was the poll tonight? Let me see what the poll said. Do you think KK is abused? Meaning, is she scared? 53% said no. 46% said yes. I knew that was going to be close. I need about 3 mods. I'm stuck as a mod. Too much going on. Let me see. I'm going to elect a couple of you. Who's 3 mods that are always in here? Like always, always. Hey, Bliss. Good to see you. We are at 983. Mohawk, darling, can you remember? Hey, Ebony. Hey, Mitty. Bliss. Pippi. Lisa. Angel of Light. Let me just take a screenshot. I'm not going to start it this weekend, but next weekend. So day after tomorrow, I will be out of town. It's for my yearly conference that I have to do. That I do every single year. But I'll be out of town day after tomorrow. And I'll still be live, but I don't know if it'll be a lot of true crime stuff. And at the end of every week on Saturdays, I'm going to enter, so like the top 3 donors tonight was Angel of Light, War Eagle, and Closer to Yadana. I'm going to put all of your names in a wheel kind of thing, or I'm going to let you spin a wheel kind of thing, and then I'm going to put all your names in a random thing, and it'll spit one of your names out, and then you're going to be gifted something every week. It might be a shirt. It might be there'll be different things on the wheel. Some things, if you want, I can send to you. Some things on the wheel is I will donate to the charity of your choice, and I'll do it live. So you know. Some things on the wheel might be about Remy or whatever. So some things might be an Amazon gift card. Some things might be Starbucks, something. I don't know. We'll see. Just to give back to you guys. Y'all are good to me. My pearls. I love you so much. So yeah. Thank you guys. I'll assign it. I just screenshotted it, so we got it here. I'll figure the mods thingy out later. I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to be live earlier. It'll be 5:36-ish. And then Thursday I'll go live. It'll be very late. It'll be very, very late. Friday, I'll go live during the late evening, 6:37, 8-ish. But again, it probably won't be true crime related. It might be where I am. I might show you around or something like that. It's my yearly conference. And then Friday, it'll be the same thing. And then I'll be back Saturday. So there's that. I need to get sleep. Yes, I do. But you see, this is the thing. I'll be so tired, and then I'll go to bed, and then I become like a rock star. I'm like, okay, you need to sleep, Justin. You hit 1,000. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Mods, Justin, ICU, Vic, and Lolo. There you go. All right, ICU, Vic, and Lolo. You are the keepers. I need you to write or save Angel of Light, War Eagle, and Closer to Yadana. Let's have a mother chicken party.
Katie! Christopher! 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 Katie!
And it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
A bullshit?
Oh.
Suck it now.
A bullshit?
Oh.
Suck it now.
A bullshit?
Oh.
Suck it now.
A bullshit?
I think you asked him. Remember off the top of my head. I think it's Sebastian had gotten in trouble. He got caught lying, and I had asked him. I said, "Hey, you got to have a punishment for this." And drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's 2021. I think.
So you're.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's 2021. I think.
Also, I need to show you guys. I'm going to be doing a thing. I've got this counter thing that's going to do, and when I get, it's going to be random. You're going to get the golden banana. The golden banana, and it's a special. Thank you. And if you like, it'll be something like, if you want me to promote something for you, your channel, or a charity, your social media, it's anything like that, it'll be like this. That's that right there.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Amen. Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
You rang. You said ass. Meow.
Gotta
meow. Meow.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to.
Snacks, because, you know, he's 15 and snacks.
And it to
was
Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
Sorry, Nancy. I didn't know you was talking to me. I was over here looking at Mommy Cruella. She was clearing her craw.
Oh, suck it now.
Oh,
Suck it now.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh my God! Look at Chris. Is that Chris?
hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
They can shut their chicken tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full-blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, red zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally seen silver Patron, head the fuck up, okay? How you doing? Bro, I can't.
How you doing?
How you doing? Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you all. You all are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Little Miss Sunshine, coming in clutch at 1 year. We love you too, darling. We love you too. Thank you so much for your support, Little Miss Sunshine. You are an OG, honey. Yes, you are. I love that. Hey, Grace. Good to see you, honey. Pale Rida. Kiki. Bliss. Good night, everyone. God bless you all. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for getting us to 1,000 thumbs up. You are amazeballs. Justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells. And justice for Michael Monkey Joseph Vaughn. And justice for all the missing out there deserve to be found. Oh, thank you, Art Taylor, for gifting 5. You received one of those. Make sure you thank our Art Taylor. Love you, darlings. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Gemini, happy birthday. Is it Raw Beanie's birthday? Hold on. Is it Raw Beanie's birthday? Any other birthdays up in the house? Any other birthdays up in here? Up in here. Big 50. Girl, you are rocking it, honey. You are rocking it. Who else? Thank you, R. Taylor, again. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you, Eileen. Raw Beanie turned 50. I know, Abigail. Oh my God. She does not look 50 at all. Any others before I sing happy birthday? I thought someone earlier told me it was their birthday. MIDI. You need to add Medina. I have a Medea thing that I've got clipped. I need to edit it and fix it. And I will. Well, if nobody else is going to tell if it's her birthday, happy birthday, Raw Beanie. The world is your oyster. It's up for you to find the pearls, and lucky for you, you did, because you are right here. Tell him, Rebecca. Yes. This is my rendition of Happy Birthday, Mr. President, by the late, great Marilyn Monroe. 1 second. One second. Hold on 1 second. Okay. This is my rendition of Happy Birthday, Mr. President, that the late, great Marilyn Monroe did to JFK so many years ago. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Robbie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Robbie. Much love to you, my dear. All the blessings. I am so ridiculous. Love you all. I'm so stupid. It's ridiculous. Whatever makes you laugh. All right, guys. Love you all. Good night, everyone. God bless. Hug your loved ones. Life is short. Good night.